Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Abi Diaries and our very first mini episode of our little mini series of 37 questions and coffee with. Now, my very first guest on this new segment is my old friend, someone that I went to primary school with and secondary school with. And we're still friends now, many years later. I think I'm known her since like year five, so like 17, 18 years. I've known her for a really, really long time, a really long time. It sounds even longer now that I say it. But yeah, she's a good old friend of mine, and she has recently started a brand new blog, jalooga.com, that you can check out, and the link will be below. So yeah, without further ado, let's introduce Jalooga. Hi, Jalooga.
Hello.
Hi. So I was just telling everyone how we have been friends for pretty much, well, we've known each other for almost, well, 17, 18 years, I reckon, a really long time, like a whole adult's age.
Yeah,
How long we've known. But Jaluga and I became friends, I reckon, in year seven because we live quite close to each other on the same street, and our parents kind of thought it would be smart to send us to school together, to carpool, to do all of that. So it just made sense that we were kind of forced to be friends. But then also we were the only ones from our primary school that went to our secondary school, bar maybe two or three other people. So it was smart for us to stick together. So that's how we became friends. And then even then, like, agree or disagree, Jalooga, we were friends, and then we were kind of not friends. We were like
yeah.
friends-ish.
I think we had loads of mutual friends. I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like we weren't really friends with our mutual friends either. Like it was just kind of acquaintances.
Yeah,
So
because
like even in
we were
primary school.
settling in. I know, we were settling into high
Yeah,
school. That's what it was. It was like
yeah.
survival of the fittest, didn't it? And if you had to stick
Right,
together,
right,
yeah.
right.
And then I reckon we had a bit of a falling out because we were teenagers. We were in a school, high school. And then I reckon we became good friends again quite late on. I think year 11, year 10, I reckon.
Yeah, I'd say probably like end of GCSEs into A levels
Yeah, it was
is when we
definitely
really became good
GCSEs
friends.
somewhere. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I mean, GCSEs we made up. We were talking because we sat next to each other, I think, in maths or something. So
yeah,
we became friends again. And then we became close. Yeah, like Jalila said, we became like actual friends, like people who were there for each other, like people you took time
yeah.
like stuff to, like proper friends, I reckon. Yeah, by sixth form, then we were really like, people were like, oh, Jalooga, where's the beach at?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's how, like, everyone knew that we would be together. So that's how we were friends, and we've lasted outside of school. See, like in school, the people that you think will be your friends in year 9 and 10 aren't really gonna. They might, but more likely than not, you're probably not gonna
Yeah.
be besties with them outside of school. But then
Mm-hmm.
us two, that's why we became friends in sixth form, and here we still are strong. And I think because we're adults now, I'm sure we'll keep that touch wood. I'm sure we'll be friends for a long time to come. There's no more high school drama. But yes, anyway,
Drama,
so
yeah.
that's our history. Like, that was meant to be brief, but that is our history. And yeah, so like I said, Jaluga's got some exciting new stuff to share. And also, I am representing today. I forgot to mention that. I am wearing our school hoodie.
My gosh.
Yeah, this is our school hoodie. It has my name on the back. I know you
I
got
didn't get ours, I didn't get the hoodie. I just got the yearbook.
you
So I
didn't
was
get
like,
the
wow, where was
hoodie. I'm
no,
genuinely going to message you before this to say you should wear your hoodie too.
no,
Oh
I
my
didn't get one.
goodness. Oh my
I was like, why am I getting a hoodie for?
Yeah,
Like, I didn't
we
even
are
like these
like,
people that
yeah,
much.
we'll learn a lot about Jaluga in the 37 questions. But Jaluga is very like, I was very sentimental. I've always been quite sentimental. Jaluga's like, I'm never gonna see you lot again anyway. I'm not getting a hoodie
Yeah.
anything. Okay, yeah, but yeah, I'm representing today. This is why I wore this hoodie especially. But yeah, so we both got our coffees ready for our
Mine
like
ready.
question. Okay, so here we go. So the first question is this: can you describe yourself in 5 words? A bit of a toughie to
Oh,
begin with.
you're going with tough questions already. Okay.
I know. I hate questions like this because I never know what to say
Okay.
either, but there you go.
I would say hard work, Hardworking.
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 Hardworking. Driven. I want to say disciplined. Loyal. I want to say, and trustworthy.
Nice.
I hope you agree. Because that'd be very
words.
awkward.
Very nice. Okay, good 5 words. The next question, another tough one, but I think very interesting and not as tough. But what's the best piece of advice that you've ever been given?
Live and let live.
Live and let live. Yeah.
I think that applies for everything.
I feel like that's very much your motto as well. I feel like that is something that you would that you do live by, like
right.
live kind of thing. Okay, interesting motto. So would you rather visit the past or visit the future?
Interesting. I'd probably say future, only because I wouldn't want to visit the past.
Okay, and the next question following that was, where exactly would you go?
I think I'll go straight to the end where I'm retired.
Yeah, like what? Straight to the end, feeling like near death.
Near death, because I think that, because then by then I would know everything that's happened, right?
I guess so. Considering you're just visiting though, so like if you're at your deathbed, for example, yes, you'll know how you're going to die. Yes, you'll know who's going to be there, but you won't actually know what life you've lived technically. If we're really,
yeah, but I think, I don't think I'd want to know.
Yeah, it'll ruin the surprise. Because I'm surprised he said future. I feel like a lot of people would just say like past. But bear in mind, I didn't say your past or your future. So when I say past, it could be like back in the dinosaur era or like World War II, and the future could be like hundreds of years from now. But fair enough what you chose. I'll take that. Okay. Next question. And before I go on to the next question, a lot of you might actually recognize Jalooga because before the Abi Diaries was born, I did a live stream for charity for the Royal National Orthopaedic Hospital, 24 hours. That's actually how the Abi Diaries was born, because I was like, if I can talk for 24 hours, I'm sure I can do a vlog every couple of weeks. And Jalooga was a huge part of that. And she came and did my nails, and we had such a great chat. Like, if you haven't seen it, it was ages ago, but it was so fun. Like, I love rewatching it. Like, I've only rewatched it I think once or twice, but honestly, that is probably my favorite part of the 24 hours. One of my favorite parts of it. It's just so funny to watch back. Like, we just chat and it's just so fun. But it just reminded me of that, because question number 5 is, what is your favorite memory of us? Of me and you, your favorite memory?
Okay, we've had a lot of stupid moments. I can't pinpoint one.
Yeah,
I know we always like, it's like,
I mean, 18 years
with us, right? Like, we don't see each other or we don't talk to each other for a while, but we always end up laughing, like always, all the time. So
yeah,
I think the last one that I could like remember vividly is like, you know how we went to that little Venice place and we were like, it's gonna be like amazing, and we were trying to make a day trip out of it, and then like we went and it was one of the coldest months of the year,
nice.
And it was deserted and it was awful, and we're like, why do people come here?
Like, I can't believe that's your favorite memory, the worst place we've ever been together, I think.
Yeah, but that's like, I think that's what made it that day, because of how bad it turned out to be.
Oh my god, that wouldn't even be on my list. Guys, we went to the Little Venice. You might have heard of it if you haven't Googled it. And it's this place in London. I've been to Venice, yeah. Nothing like it. It's nothing like anything you've ever been to. And it was genuinely freezing. I think we went in February or January, because I remember it was a couple of weeks before I started my new job, and I started at the end of Feb, so it must have been around there. Oh my goodness, we were frozen. It was just this little canal. It was literally a canal. We were like, oh, what else is there? We went to the end of the canal, nothing. We went to the front of the canal, nothing. We were like, is there something we're meant to look at? Like, is there... We ended up getting diseases in the end and calling it a day. It was like so crazy, you guys. I can't even... I remember, I'm cold thinking about it again. It's really like, oh my goodness. Oh, but yeah, her favorite memory is our least favorite place we've ever been to. Oh, I get that though. It was funny. What is one thing, and I think I was mentioning this at the start, but what is one thing that people would be surprised to learn about you?
Something some people are surprised to learn about me. I'm sure there's something crazy because you put me on the spot. I can't think of anything. Most people don't know that I'm Dutch. I don't know if that's something people might be surprised to learn about me. Don't ask me to speak it because I don't remember anything. But I'm not actually a UK citizen. There you go. That's something people might be surprised to learn about me.
Very nice. Okay. And you were, see, I can't ask this to you in a question way because otherwise I'll go over my 37 questions, but you came to England when you were 10, I reckon, 9?
5.
Oh, 5.
Okay,
5.
Mine's a 10.
I was going to say how old I can't. Yeah, by the time you're 10, I know. It's just, yeah, okay. Next question. So you've recently started a blog, as I mentioned in your introduction, just before you join us. Can you tell us about your blog? What's it all about?
Yeah, sure. So it's a career-based blog, and it's basically about all the things that you don't get to know when you enter a corporate world. So, you know, people who tend to graduate and then they go into this world of work, you know, we don't get to learn about, you know, how that transition works, what, you know, university teaches you about the world of work and what they don't, and just kind of all those kind of taboo topics is what I hope the blog will kind of tap into and teach new graduates about.
Very good. Very nice. So what inspired you to start it?
I want to say that I'm pretty early in my career myself. And I also, you know, entered the world of tech, you know, without any experience or any exposure to it. So, you know, I was curious to know, you know, what if I had that help when I started out, right? There was no one, or maybe I didn't do my research, but there was nothing prominently out there to support me when I came out. So obviously did all my research myself. And obviously I want to just give back, I guess, give back all the knowledge that I've gained over these years and maybe help someone else who's in the same shoes.
Fun, cool. And what is the URL? Where can we visit to find your blog?
Yeah, so you can literally just search my name. You can just search Jalooga.com. You can just search Jalooga, and I'm sure it'll probably be one of the first results you'll find.
It'll be in the description below as well, guys, just so it's easy for you to access. Now, what is your job title? You were talking about how you're new to the industry, newish, and you didn't really know much about it. So what did you do? What's your job title?
Sure. So my job title is kind of complicated because people don't really understand what I do. So in a generic term, I consult. I'm a tech consultant.
Okay.
And so people who did computer science degrees that's what I did. Tend to typically go into coding routes.
Okay.
I kind of moved away from that and I kind of went into consultancy-based work. But yeah, that's kind of what I do in my day-to-day job.
Okay, and what does that consist of? So you go and you work with other people. Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so it kind of works like any other consultancy. I work with clients. They usually come with some kind of tech problem, if you like. If I'm going to explain to people who are not so interested in tech, we usually have some kind of tech solutions available, and my job is usually to help them use that solution and build it for them or whatever that might be.
What is your job?
So by day, I'm what people tend to understand is like a tech consultant. So consulting in tech, basically.
Okay. And for people that actually want to go into something like that want to go down that route, what do they have to do to get there?
So personally, myself, I did a computer science degree, and then I kind of went down that route. It's not necessarily important. I think you just need to be curious in tech. You might have a business background. You just need to want to help other people and have good interpersonal skills, I think, to land that kind of role and obviously be interested in tech.
I just want to ask that, isn't it so funny though that because I say this so often, but like you did a degree, I did a degree, but most people we know do degrees, but most jobs that like we've worked at that just generally exist, you don't really need a degree to do it. Now, we're not saying don't go to uni, awesome, get your degree, do that, study. But so many things, you just need experience. You need to have a right attitude. You just need to kind of put yourself out there and get the job. And it's just crazy because we have a friend, and I have a couple of friends that didn't go to uni, and that when we did our 3 years at uni, they went straight into work, and then they ended up being like, by the time we got out of uni trying to find a job, they were like 4 years in, like, you know, really high up in their place. So yeah, apart from like being a doctor and stuff, I guess a lot of things don't really need a degree. We're not saying don't get again.
It definitely helps. It definitely helps, but it's not the end of the world if you don't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very true. Very true. It's all about attitude and hard work, man. That can get you far. Speaking of hard work and achieving things, what would be your dream future 5 years from now? And don't just say I want to be happy. I understand I want to be happy too. Like, specifically, what do you want to do?
Like, specifically, it's really funny you asked me this because I've been doing a lot of interview preps, and it's like one of the questions they ask. Great.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So I have I've been wanting to go into leadership. I don't know if this is like a typical answer people tend to give for this kind of question. I want to go into leadership, not necessarily of people, but because obviously I'm in tech, I want to kind of create and be innovative, and it's kind of hard to do that in a corporate world, just because of how the corporate world is, you know, made. So yeah, hopefully in 5 years I'm a leader of some kind. I don't know what that will be, but I guess we'll find out in 5 years' time.
Cool, interesting. Okay. Now back to the past. So we visited the future. Now back to the past. I was going to say back to the future. So yeah, back to the past. If you could change one decision you made in the past, what would it be?
It's a really tough question because I'm a really big believer of everything happens for a reason, and everything that has happened is what I am today.
Yeah. 100%.
So if I could change one thing.
One decision you made. So not one thing generally, but something that you specifically said or did, or something that you would change. So nothing out of your control, only something that was in your control.
One decision I made. Don't know. It'll probably be something to do with like academic or career-wise.
Yeah, mine is definitely like academic. Yeah, it can be like really simple. So one of mine actually, even though you don't ask, but one of mine is I would have, sorry Mr. McPherson if you're watching this, but I would have changed not doing my music GCSE. I would have chosen a different GCSE because I just hated that. You know how much I hate that. I would come home at like 5 p.m. for no reason. Yeah. It was just such a waste. And sometimes when you're passionate about something, when you actually study it ruins that passion. So for years I didn't want to play the piano. I didn't even want to write anything because I was just like, oh, I hate, like it's a chore. So yeah, that's what I would change. So something like that, like, or just working harder. I would have worked harder. Listen, I could have achieved so much better. Like, that is a true regret I have, but this is not about me. Back to you.
What would I have done? Oh my gosh, it's actually a hard question. I would probably have, I wonder, because obviously I don't know if I didn't do well with my A-levels, right? I just scraped the pass marks. I don't know if I had taken the chance to redo that year and do it, if that would have made any difference. I mean, I know like either way I've made it out here and here I am, but that kind of, but then that wouldn't have motivated me to go to uni and get it first if I had done that though. So
I see. I don't know. So the fact that you didn't do as well in your A-levels made you work harder and got you your first. Very interesting.
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah, it's a tough question. I don't know. You might have to come back to me on that one.
You might not have anything that you want to change, and that's an answer in itself. So that's a good one. I'll take that. So, okay. So the next question that I wanted to ask you is, what is your favorite meal of the day? Breakfast, lunch, dinner?
Dinner. I know you meant to eat the least during dinner. I feel like I definitely eat the most during dinner.
Yeah, I mean, I don't follow those rules about when. Fair enough. Okay. So, and if you had to take one of these out of your life forever, which would it be? Would it be chocolate or ice cream? Remove one.
Oh, ice cream, easy.
Yeah, me too. Milkshakes or smoothies?
To remove,
Yeah.
milkshakes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remove cake or biscuits forever?
Biscuits.
And would you remove main course or dessert forever?
Oh, dessert.
Yeah. Okay. And what is your perfect meal?
My perfect meal. So I love spicy food, so anything spicy goes. It could be noodles is like a go-to for me, and it has to have some kind of meat. So it can either be chicken or it can be prawns, and I'm sorted.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Very, very quite low maintenance there. Noodles. I feel like people could just like, you could just chuck the noodles in like those packet noodles
It
and
has to have. It can't be bland noodles though.
yeah,
It has to like have flavor.
yeah.
Meat. It has to have meat and it's got to be flavorful.
Too bad though, compared to that's not okay. That's quite low maintenance. That's quite good. What is your go-to drink?
Water is like what I've been drinking.
Yeah, that's very healthy and very good. What is your continuing with favorites? What is your favorite social media?
Oh, I'm definitely addicted to Instagram.
Okay, and why is
100% addicted. It's just so easy to scroll. Like I'm mindlessly scrolling for hours on end, and I've had to put a timer for myself.
Very good. I've given it up, and I'm actually
I stick to it as well. So.
That's good. I've given it up, obviously, as you know, for Lent, and sometimes I just forget, and I'm like, "Where's the app?" Like I'm literally looking for it, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, you gave it up."
Yeah.
It's so
like, you don't think, you just kind of like open your phone, you just click on the app, and I'm like, "What am I doing here? I don't know why I'm coming on here."
Isn't that crazy? Like I never do that with other apps. Automatically, I unlock my phone, and your hand
right.
looking for
yeah.
Like there's got to be something about that's crazy. Yeah. What are some of your hobbies?
So obviously with the whole blog, I love editing. And I think that's kind of what kind of pushed me to do it as well. I kind of like doing that kind of creative content, creating stuff. And I mean, I ain't trying to be no influencer, but I like creating the content. What else do I do? I love listening to music, and I'm like a bathroom singer, so I like get up lyrics and like karaoke by myself. I love doing that. A lot of people don't know that about me.
No,
yeah,
I didn't even know about that side of you, to be honest. I thought that was like more my thing in our friendship, but see your secret talent. Very nice.
Yeah.
What's something you do to relax though?
So recently I've discovered the paint by numbers, and I do that while I podcast. It's like hours fly by, especially in quarantine, right? In lockdown. I love it. Wow. Listening to podcasts and paint by numbers is my new thing now.
Wow, very what's that word that everyone like bougie? Like that's what it is. Like with paint by numbers and your podcast and probably a cup of tea or something with that. Love it. Love it. I've heard that's quite good, the paint by numbers thing. Someone else had it. I feel like people have been putting it on Snapchat. And
I can't imagine you have half the patience I do to do it though.
No, you're probably right. You're probably right about that. So I don't think that will relax me. I think that will stress me out even more. Like
yeah.
What's something that you're watching on Netflix? What are you watching on Netflix at the moment?
Okay, good question. I'm currently watching A Good Place, and it's better than I thought it was going to be. It's like one of those things you either love it and like obsessed with it, or you just find it mediocre. And I think I currently find it mediocre, but I'm one of those people where if I start a show, I have to finish it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm currently watching it.
Yeah, fair. What is a TV show that you'd recommend?
Oh, How to Get Away with Murder.
Really? I thought you were going to say This Is Us.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, me too.
I would have.
I was on the edge of my seat to be like, yes. And then you went and said something else.
That's definitely second. But because I haven't seen it, I haven't watched the last season yet because I don't like cliffhangers. So I'm waiting for all the episodes to come out before I can watch it.
Oh my goodness, right? I hate not being able to binge watch right now. So I'm kind of 2 episodes behind only. But like I'm kind of waiting it to build up a little bit because I need to press next. I need it because it's so good. Yeah. It's like, I can't.
Yeah. I would have definitely said This Is Us number 2. But I think How to Get Away with Murder if you're into thriller and you like suspense, you gonna watch it.
Anything with murder in the title, that's a no for me. What is a movie that you think everyone should watch?
So see, this one's a bit harder for me because I'm more of a. So I watch a lot of Tamil movies.
Yeah, I thought.
So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna recommend Tamil movies.
Yeah.
And I've only recently started watching like old school like movies like during lockdown.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I think there was one that I watched really recently with the Olsen twins, and I've completely forgotten the name of the
I love
film.
the Olsen twins.
Oh, a
New
New
York
York
Minute.
Minute.
No, New York Minute is so good. I love New York Minute. That's so good.
It's like a very average film. Like,
no, like I feel like
say 5 out of 10.
Because we grew up with the people that actually grew up with like English. We grew up with the Olsen twins, and because it's more my sister's age, to be fair. I only grew up with it because she grew up with it, so I used to watch it with her. So I watched every Olsen film, like TV show, movie, and I love it because it's it's nostalgic for me. Like I'm like, oh, I've rewatched it recently because it's on Netflix, isn't it? So I rewatched it recently as well, and it was very nostalgic and very good. So the next question is, what was the last book that you read?
Okay, confession, I don't read books. I don't think I've ever...
I feel like the last book you read was probably like GCSEs or like when you had to, like the books that you had to read.
Yeah, I mean, I did try to get into like those self-dev books. Actually, I'm lying. The last book I fully read was How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's like a self-dev book.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I think that's probably the one and only book I've ever finished. But that was a struggle. Like, it took me months to finish that book, and it's not even a big book. But yeah, I'm not a reader.
That's quite a big thing. It's quite a heavy.
Yeah.
What's a song, coming back to your karaoke skills in the bathroom, what's a song that you can listen to on repeat?
Oh, man, I haven't heard any good songs recently. And again, like I mentioned, I only listen to Tamil songs.
Oh.
I had to pull out my Spotify to tell you any good Tamil songs.
I mean, it's going to go over my head a bit, but I mean, you can. If it's a song that you just play on repeat, I'm sure there's a few Tamil.
No, I haven't had any repeats for a while because nothing's been out good. So it's always been all the 90s, good old 90s music.
Yeah, go on, name one. Name something that's on repeat that you could just play forever or for a really long time.
Or maybe you should put maybe I'll send you a link and you can put a clip in for like 2 seconds or whatever. Because I'm not gonna try and sing it or
what is it?
Or whatever. A Tamil song, yeah.
Oh, do I have to?
Yeah. So just cut this part out.
Okay, moving on swiftly then. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
To teleport, I think.
To teleport, and why?
Yeah. Save time. I know it has time to be commuting, sitting in traffic and cars. I mean, I love a good road trip, but like in terms of like country to country, if I could teleport.
Oh, country to country. I was gonna say that's such a London answer because we're the ones that commute. We're the ones that have packed trains. Yeah. That's such a London answer. Like I don't want to commute.
But I think more for like holidays. Like I'd rather just get to a destination. Like I'm not about the flights.
For free as well, you'd be able to.
Yeah, right.
That's true. I never thought about when it comes to teleporting.
Why am I spending a whole day getting up at stupid o'clock for the airport, sitting in the flight for dumb hours?
I have to say though, I hate planes because they make me feel sick, but I love airports. Like I would genuinely just go and like, because it's like I love airports. There's just something about it. I love airports.
I mean, the airports is like part of the experience because it gets you excited for the holiday. I think I would prefer if I could just get straight to a destination and like just start my holiday there. So
very fair. Okay. So going back kind of full circle, when you said about what piece of advice was the best you've received, and you said to live and let live, what would be one piece of advice that you would give to 14-year-old Jalooga?
Oh, 14-year-old Jalooga. What was I even doing at 14? I was
year
GCSEs?
9? Yeah, year 10.
Yeah, year 9.
Yeah.
I think I would say don't stress the small stuff, because obviously I'm a big like, I wouldn't say I'm an academic. Like, I wasn't the smartest kid in the room, but I was definitely hardworking. I always had to put like 200% to get the same amount of work that A grade students got.
Listen, can I just add something in there? I know this isn't my time, but listen, I've known Jalooga forever. Someone add something in there. She says that she wasn't the smartest person in the room, but everyone thought she was. She was the smart kid of our school, though. Like, not
because I was a hardworking kid.
Yeah, maybe, but
right.
like she came across as being smart, and she was smart. Like, don't get me wrong, she wasn't dumb, right? She's smart, but everyone, like, she was like the smart. Like, people were like, Jalooga, what's the answer? Jalooga, what's the homework? Jalooga, can you help
like,
with this? Jalooga, can you help me?
I knew I wasn't the smartest kid in the room. Yeah, I wasn't. I was never the smartest kid in the room. I was always the most. I would definitely say I was the most hardworking person in the room. That people mistook for being the smartest. It's like when you're kids, you don't have time to think. Put the two separately. So yeah, I would say don't stress the small stuff.
Very nice. So I can't address this like a question because I'll go over, but then you'd not worry about working as hard, or you'd work as hard but not care what people explain.
I mean, I don't think I ever really cared about what people thought of me.
Don't stress the small stuff.
Like, I don't know, like knowing that, because obviously I was hardworking, I know that I would get to
oh right, so yeah, just
wherever I had to get to.
Okay, got it. Again, back to describing, you described yourself before. Now, how would you describe me in 5 words?
Can't say they're all going to be positive 5 words, by the way. Yeah.
Oh yeah, give yourself 5 positives and give me 5 negatives. Go on then. Let's see. I don't know if I can hear this.
Abisha is. I mean, you say positive or negative, however you like in it. Abisha is childlike. She's like the most childlike friend I have. Abisha is super duper impatient. Like, I can't tell you how impatient she is. There's not really a word, but Abisha can laugh for days. Like she can just laugh for days. I don't know if that's a word, how is the way to describe her. 4th one. You are trustworthy. I think she can, she's like one of those people where if you tell her a secret, it's a secret. Like, oh, bar one situation.
After year 9, I was just gonna say.
We won't speak about.
I was literally just gonna say that, and then you said, yeah, I can run. Yeah.
But like in all serious secrets.
Well, that's my favorite memory, I think. But anyway, carry on.
No, but I didn't want to bring that topic into the conversation. That's why I didn't bring that memory up. But here we are. That one situation. And finally, I think like all giving. Like, I think you would give like all you have to, like, whether that's a situation, like whatever that is, you give like your 100%. I like to think.
That's nice. There were no negative ones in there. I don't know. What do you think? I got scared when you were like, they're not all positive. I think they were all the nicest things ever. I mean, I 100% agree with the childlike one. 100% agree with the impatient one. And then the last one, I don't know, man. I think I'm quite lazy, but thank you. I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Thank you. Okay.
More like in relationships as opposed to work.
Oh, okay, definitely. I'm very
not your work. I know how lazy you are.
Very lazy when it comes to things, but yeah, relationship. Thank you. That's lovely. Okay. And quite close to that, how would you describe our friendship? But you can pick 3 words this time instead of 5. How would you describe our friendship in 3 words?
Okay, I know you said no swearing, but chilled.
No!
You cut that last bit. Or I'll retake that.
I didn't even hear what you said because I shouted no over it.
Super chill, I think our relationship is. Full of like laughter. All we do, like literally crying of laughter. Like, that's how much laughter. And see, I'm really bad with adjectives.
By the way, none of those were adjectives. None of those were 1 words. Those were sentences, but that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, describe our relationship, right? And the last one I would say is like I don't know how to put this in one word or describe it, but it's like we don't have to like, we're just there. Like we don't have to like be like talking every day or every hour of whatever. Like we'll pop up like 6 months.
Yeah.
And then be like what's cracking and whatever, and it's like nothing changed.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Question 35 already. What would you like to be remembered for? A bit of a deep one, but what would you like to be remembered for?
Wow.
Went from the fun, like loose, like name.
I know we're
what would you want to be?
I know we're all like in the middle of our little quarter life crisis here, so it's quite a deep question to ask. What do I want to be remembered for? Wow. I don't know. I think because, okay, like I said, because I'm quite career driven, if you like, I always want to give back in some way, you know, whether that's from things I know, helping in some way. If that can leave some small impact on someone's life and, you know, that changes them in some way, then great. I think I've done my bit. I don't know if I have a purpose yet. I haven't figured out my purpose, you know, going through a quarter life crisis and all of that good stuff. But yeah, if I can make one small impact on someone else's life, then.
Very noble. Very good answer for that one. I hope, that's a good answer. Be known for being charitable and changing people's lives. That's good.
Yeah.
Penultimate question. What are you looking forward to do once lockdown is over?
I really want to say travel, but I don't want to do that just yet. I think I just want to see my friends again.
Yeah.
And just like sit in the same room and talk, because I'm so done with these Zoom calls and FaceTime and whatever. Just sit in the same room. It could be another house, that's fine, but just in person. Because I'm so done with these calls.
Definitely. Like that's so similar, because I always want to be like, to travel, but then also I don't want to do that straight away. Like just simple things, just going out eating or like hanging out. Okay, and final question, even though I feel like this is now void because I feel like I've been answering some of the questions along with you. If you had to ask me any of the questions that I asked you, which would it be for me to answer? If you can even remember how. I mean, I know I answered along with you for most of them, which I shouldn't have done.
How would you describe me in 5 words?
Oh, I knew it'd be. No, you know what this feels like, Liz? This feels like, you know, back in the day when we used to play like Truth or Dare, and then it would be like, well, no, it's like truth, and then you would ask, and I'm like, oh, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, because you never went to the dares, right? That's what.
I've always been truth, and I'd be like, oh man, it's when people did hard dares. This is like proper. 5 words to describe you. I'm probably used most of the words you used actually. I had one and I forgot it now. It was a good word.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, I had one and I was like, okay. Oh, studious. Like you did like study like hard work. Like not hard. Yeah, you are hardworking but studious. Like academically, like hardworking. But I'm sure. I mean, you are in real life. But I'm gonna go studious because that's the first thing that comes. Okay, this is an adjective, and I know I'm like I did English, I did journalism and creative writing, but I can't think of an adjective for this. But there for you, like someone who's always reliable. No, okay, reliable is one, but also there for you, as in not just reliable, but you'll always be there. Like if I ever need help with something, you're just there. Like not just reliable though, not because I made plans with you and I expect you to turn up, that too, but also you're there without me making plans. I'm just like, oh, Luke, I need help with this. You're there. Like guys, like she helped me with all like the cover video for the blessing song that I did. Like Jalooga was right there, man. Like all I was like, dude, I don't know how to do this, and she was there like helping me through the whole thing. And then just like everything, like I feel like if I just had, when I did my 24-hour live feed, like the day before, I had such trouble using this webcam and getting my thing up and running, and she came round, man. She came round. She lives on the same street. I'm like, that's long, innit? And she still came. And she was there until it worked. She's always like, oh, do you want me to come around and help with this? If I'm like, oh, this isn't working, or I need help with this, she's there, man. I could go on and on, but she's always there. That's a good one. I could really go on. That's like my favorite thing about her, I think. Another thing is you're motivated. I feel like you'll do it. Like you won't just be like, oh, I should do it, or I'll do it later. You're just like, you kind of do it. And also, finally, and this isn't an adjective again, but you do you're no, this is an adjective. You're easygoing. You're like very like, you're not so like high maintenance. Like myself and our other friend, like the third person of our trio, we're very like high. We're like, we'll go out and be like, oh, that's probably not clean, or I don't want to touch this, or I don't want to do this.
Oh my gosh, trust me, going out with Misha to eat,
I was telling my mum
is
this
like a nightmare.
I was having this same conversation with my mum for Jalooga, and then I was talking about other friend, and I was talking about myself, and I was like, she doesn't want to do this, and I'll say I can't eat there, and then she doesn't want to eat there, and she doesn't want to touch it, and Jalooga just goes with it, man. She's just like, okay, and then
Guys, so basically in our friendship group, right, one of us only eats halal food, and one of us are vegetarian, and I'm just like, I'll eat whatever as long as there's chicken.
Chill veg. So when it comes to food, like I don't mind where we eat, but I am picky when it comes to cleanliness, and she's picky when it comes to food. Our other friend, very picky, but also very picky with cleanliness. Cleanliness I can deal with, but the food
I don't want to say that I'm a hygiene freak, but I'm like nothing compared to these two guys. Like
very relaxed, easygoing is what I'd go. And she doesn't really complain. She just kind of goes with it. She's like, okay, and then she'll just go with it. Like she doesn't make it harder for us than it already is, and it is hard. Like, it's a mission. I feel like we need to plan our post lockdown meeting now, just so we can all decide on like what to do. But yeah, super easygoing. Yeah, I think that would be my fifth. I forgot the first four now already, but yeah, those would be my 5 words for you.
I was like, when you said motivated, it's quite funny because obviously I think it's easy for people to come across that way, but obviously I still procrastinate like everyone else. And
see, that's some of the words you use for me. I was like, maybe that's how other people like perceive you, but you don't see, because it's so funny. I feel like everyone, I challenge you all to go and ask your friends or people that have known you for a long time, even if it's family members, ask them to describe you in 5 words, and you'll be surprised at the response. And I think what they say is true as well. Even if you don't think it is, what they say is probably true, because they know you and they see you, whereas you have your own insecurities, or you have your own doubts, or you see yourself in a different way to other people. So that is my challenge this week. That is very good. Very true. Well, Jalooga, if there's nothing else you want to add, that was a really great chat. Very good cup of coffee. That's very cold. And 37 questions have been answered. So thank you for doing that with me.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you guys enjoyed that chat that I had with Jalooga. Any questions or anything that you want to share with her or me, please feel free to leave it in the comments. We'll always be reading that. So yeah. And if you guys want to see any particular person soon, as in any job or any any occupation, do let me know in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. I have friends everywhere. No, I'm joking, but I do have friends in a lot of professions. So yeah, definitely let me know in the comments. See you very soon for more Abi Diaries, and also for more 37 questions and a coffee with. Take care and see you soon. Bye.